Welcome to another edition of The Naked Truth. I'm Ramon Roan.
My name is John Singletary.
And today we are going to be talking about the restorations of voting rights for felons. The Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe restored the rights, voting rights for 13,000 people with felony records on Monday. And that was Monday, I believe this week here. What was Monday? Anyway, it was this week right here. And that's important. We think that if you are a citizen, and if you're not, I know in this state, if you are a felon and you've completed your time, you're not in jail, you're not on parole, and you're not on probation, you can vote.
Absolutely, in South Carolina. Many states you can vote. Some states you can vote in prison. America, you vote based on citizenship. It didn't say based on felony, based on, particularly when you've got a penal system that drives a certain sector of the population, predominantly African Americans and Hispanics, to the penal system to become felons, and oftentimes unjustly, and then you attach their right to vote in terms of participation in government based on a system that is systemically discriminatory. That's wrong. Think about the lady who just recently went to jail because in the DNA testing, she made sure that, in this case, as many as 40,000 people who could have gone to jail possibly receive a felony record. Now, while they may give them some restitution in terms of money, their right to vote and participate for all those years have been taken away unjustly. So we should, as the Constitution says, be allowed to vote based on citizenship. There's nothing wrong with you voting while in jail. In fact, oftentimes, if you're in jail, you haven't been tried, you are innocent until proven guilty, then you have the right to vote, but it's so cumbersome in order to vote because you have to do the in absentia form, and that oftentimes there's a breakdown while you're there. Many countries, or some countries, let me say, that you are penalized if you do not vote. You have to vote.
Right.
And so here in America, what we ought to do is we ought to take a look at the fact that since it's a country based on citizenship, not on municipal underbounding, not on annexation, not on felony, that you should be allowed to vote if you are a citizen, period.
Well, I look at it also, John, is that they may be felons, but they're paying taxes.
Sure.
And, if you're paying taxes, you should be able to vote. That's what I look at. You've already completed your time, and you're now out in the community. You're working, you're paying taxes, you're owning homes, you're living your life. You should be able to vote.
Otherwise, it's taxation without representation.
That's exactly. So that means that you don't have a congressman to go to. You can't question your president because you can question him, but he doesn't have to do anything because you can't vote.
You don't have the right to vote.
And it's a simple process. I mean, we talked about this before during during the campaign. Was that wait a minute? You have to. They should be able, after they've completed their time, they're no longer in jail. They should be able to vote.
I think they should vote in jail.
Well, I'm fine with that.
But because when we take a look, like I said, there's some people who haven't been tried. You're innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
And when we take a look at in the previous race, there were 8,000 people who were living in the city limits, who could not vote for the government in the area that governed them, that in some cases taxed them.
Right.
We're moving to what they call extra judicial territories where the city can literally go in and govern you, and you never ever get the right to vote because you consider it an extra judicial territory for voting, but in terms of governing, they have the right to govern you.
They have the right to govern you. So we thank the governor of Richmond, or the governor of Virginia, to do that. But the Virginia is a commonwealth. You know, they operate somewhat different than the state, right?
I mean, they still go by all federal rules.
All federal rules,
yeah. Constitution's a little bit different, but I mean, for the most part, it's the same. It's just a different name, just like they use parishes, cities, municipalities. But hats off to him.
Yeah, those felons will be able to vote in the upcoming election. Now, John, I must say it. I'm not trying to throw a low ball at you, but he is a Democrat, and he's good friends with Hillary Clinton, and so I do think there is a little ulterior motive there. That he may be one. Look, I want to get you these 13,000 votes. Not that she needed against Donald Trump. She don't need it against Donald Trump, but but I think the nationwide. I think that this is an issue that needs to be addressed. That I agree with John that if you are a citizen, you should be able to vote, and whether you're incarcerated or not, hey, you haven't been tried. Rather, you haven't been tried. If you're innocent until proven guilty,
absolutely right.
You're supposed to be,
So you should be able to vote.
You should be able to vote. Well. Thank you again for watching. We appreciate you subscribing to this channel. We appreciate your comments, liking and sharing, and talking about these issues here. And we thank you for watching another edition of The Naked Truth.